Hi everyone, Michael Anfield here. Thank you for joining me. So I'm going to one of my posts here on Facebook. Here, this gentleman said, "I'll never stop modifying my body, hooked on the look." So he went through more than 40 body modification procedures. I'm not gonna play the YouTube video, but basically, he went from the person on the left to the person on the right. Now, I know I shouldn't be judging people on the outer appearance, but let me talk to people about this issue, about tattoos, about body modifications, and about piercings. Now, all these things are based on this idea that we want to try and make ourselves look better, or we think that it makes us look better, or maybe we just want to have it on our bodies for whatever reason. Things like piercings, like in our nose or in our ears, that's conformity. Oh, girls need to get piercings in their ears because that's what girls get. And women are meant to have earrings. And women are meant to put perfume on their bodies. And women are meant to put makeup on their bodies. And men are doing this, and women are doing this, and so forth. Like so many different things we are ultimately putting onto our bodies. So before we get anything done to ourselves, we have to love the body that we came in, that we were born with. We have to love the person who we are. And if we try to cover that up by putting tattoos or wearing makeup or something like that, how much do we really love ourselves? Some people say, well, I love myself, but I just love to do these things. No, if you truly love yourselves, you wouldn't be harming your body with all these modifications to your body. Because ultimately, when you put any kind of piercing, maybe earrings or nose ring or even makeup or even nail polish, you're modifying your body in some way. Now I understand if you're just doing it for fun and you put the word vegan or something on your chest and you're marching for a parade or something, that's a little bit different story. But even that. And so we have to ask ourselves, do we truly love ourselves if we're doing this to our bodies? Especially if you look like the person on the right. Now, I don't know what the person is feeling or what the person is thinking or what's going on in that person's life. So I'm not judging that person at all. But if people truly love themselves, they would not be doing these harmful things to themselves. Even one little tattoo or even a little earring. Oh, I like the look. I like how it looks on me. And I understand that even things like clothes and shoes that we wear, in a way, are vanity. Because we all want to fit in and we all buy, brand name clothing and we all feel like, oh, I look good with this thing on me or look good with this thing on me. And it's because originally we don't like the way we look. Why do we like the way we look only when we have this on our face? Or when we have a modification? Why do we only like that? Now, I know there are some people out there that have some kind of fetish from getting tattoos or some fetish from getting piercings done or whatever have you. But from the people I've talked to, they put all these things on themselves because they truly don't love themselves deep down. They may say they do, but they really don't. And so the whole idea is to love ourselves the way we are. Stop getting sex changes and trying to change ourselves into another gender. Stop putting all that junk on your face, which most makeup are not vegan anyways. Stop trying to change the way we look, because if we have low self-esteem, we're not going to feel good about ourselves, even if we have all these body modifications. And that's why people want to have even more and more and more. It's like addiction. Yeah, let's put more makeup. Let's put this. Let's put that. Oh, I look nice now. Oh my goodness, I don't like the way I look. So let's put more piercings on my face and let's put more tattoos all over my body. So if you don't like the way you look, tattoos and piercings and makeup and all these things are not really going to solve the problem. The problem is that we don't love ourselves. And what's the solution? To start loving ourselves slowly, one bit at a time, one moment at a time, until we get further to loving ourselves. That's the only solution, is really to stop doing these harmful things to our body. And another thing is, we don't know what is happening here. We don't know the chemicals that are in these products, even if they're vegan. We don't know the problems associated with all these things. We're poking ourselves and we're prodding ourselves and we're torturing ourselves with all these products. Tattoos, it's serious stuff. When people are getting tattooed, people say, I've heard from a lot of people, it hurts like hell getting tattoos. Some people, for some reason, have a fetish and they love getting tattooed. It's like, excuse me, I don't want anything on my body that's going to harm me. I don't even like a needle in me when I'm getting a blood test, for example. And that is even harming my body. So do I rarely ever get that done. I got it done 3 or 4 times since being vegan. And that was it. And never again. And I don't care what people say. There are a lot of comments down below that people say, oh, I can do whatever I want. Yes, you can do whatever you want to your body. But to understand that what we're doing to our bodies, we truly don't love ourselves. Oh, I love myself, this and that, people make all kinds of excuses to harm themselves, I understand that people have the right to do whatever they want with their body, as long as it doesn't harm others. But they're harming themselves. And when we harm ourselves, we harm everyone, ultimately. And so I'm going to be actually writing more about this in detail in another book that I'm in the process of kind of gathering ideas and points for. And so you got to understand that whatever we do to ourselves, we do to the whole. We're all interconnected, ultimately. So we're harming ourselves. Why do we have to harm our bodies? What's the point when it does nothing for the environment? It does nothing for our health, first of all, and it does nothing for other humans or animals. Like, what good is it doing to the earth? Nothing. Women are getting breast enlargement, and people are changing their sexual gender and whatever with hormone pills and stop. We need to stop all this. We need to start to love everyone and everything, and ourselves, especially starting with ourselves. This is ridiculous. It's not doing us any good. It's not doing anyone any good. It's causing harm to the whole. We are part of this interconnected web of life. And so when we harm ourselves, we're harming everyone else. These people are hurting. They're really wounded, and they need love, and they need care, and they need empathy and compassion. These people are really hurting inside. They need someone to love them. They really need to feel loved. And I send out all my love to everyone who is doing these things, thinking that you know, they loving it or whatever their excuse are, whatever it is, it's not normal to be doing these things to our bodies. We have to be kind and caring to our bodies as much as we possibly can. And not only that, when we have tattoos or we have makeup or anything like that, especially if they're not vegan ingredients, we're putting that back into the oceans and lakes when we wash our bodies and when we pass on to the next life or so-called die. Um, we are recycling our bodies back into the earth. If we cremate ourselves or if we get buried or whatever, we're still going back into the earth, and we don't know what the repercussions or the aftermath of that is. This is only because we have the technology to do this to ourselves. No other animal in nature does this to themselves. We're destroying our beautiful body temple. And it is ridiculous. It's ruining our temple, beautiful temple. It's destroying the beauty that our mother and creator gave us. I understand if you have tattoos now, don't hate yourself for it. Don't hurt yourself. You got to understand that we did that, and now we have to educate people on why not to do it. It's just like if we have a pet, a dog or a cat or any companion animal, we have to understand that no longer do we have the right to domesticate any animal. Domestication has to stop. The use of animals has to stop. Even when we rescue and adopt, there's a lot of negative implications to doing so. We save one animal, yes, but there's a lot of negative implications to rescuing, adopting, and especially breeding animals. So the whole idea is to get back to the way we were in the Garden of Eden. Now, of course, it's a slow transition, and we don't expect everyone to jump into the tropics, fly all to the tropics and start eating fruit. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, yeah, that would be the preferable solution, but that doesn't really make any sense right now, especially in this world. So what we need to do is transition slowly to that state, to the state we really want to be in. Do we really want to be living with love, with compassion, with empathy? Then we have to prove that. First of all, we have to prove that by not causing harm to ourselves. First of all, to love ourselves as much as possible, to have very high self-esteem, and to be just who we are, the way we were born, out of our mother's wombs, not painting ourselves and cutting ourselves and making holes into ourselves and putting fake jewelry on ourselves and things like that. We need to be compassionate towards the body temple that we are living in. And so, again, I'll be talking about this, writing about this more in detail in my book. And I hope people learned. And I'm not telling everyone that they should listen to me, but I hope I made some sense. That's the way I see things. And think about self-love. People that I know that are doing these things to themselves, truly don't love themselves. And I had a few people that actually told me they don't like the way they look. I know a transgendered person that said, they literally said that I did not like the gender that I don't think I was meant to be that gender. I don't like the way I was looking. And that is why that person changed their gender. People are telling me this. So if you don't like the way you are now, then are you going to be happier, more joyful, more content to the other gender that you're going to transform into? Are you really going to be happy? Most people are not happy because they have very low self-esteem. And very low self-esteem is basically because we don't love ourselves. But how do we start loving ourselves? That's a difficult question. But all we can do is go to the mirror and start to think about these things. It's thoughts. Our thoughts about how we look. Our thoughts about all the perceptions about ourselves. And also maybe other people talking about ourselves and the perceptions that they feel. Maybe our parents think we're not worthy enough, or maybe I think we're not beautiful enough, or maybe they think that, oh, you're not getting high enough grades in school, or whatever. So, I hope you learned something from this. One thing that I want to mention is I had when I was younger low self-esteem. I thought girls and women were talking behind my back and making fun of me. Oh, look at the way he dresses and look at the way he acts and walks. Ah! Laughing behind my back. And this went on for years and years. Until one day, I just didn't want this to take place at all. I literally said, enough of this. I don't want to hear these voices behind my back. If it really was girls laughing at me for the way I dressed or the way I looked or whatever, or if it was just what I was thinking about or how I thought people thought about me. So basically I said enough of this. And then one day I heard this after our radio program about someone who was teaching men how to pick up women, maybe for dating or relationships or one night stands, but how to pick them up. And he was talking about having confidence and having like a lot of self-love for oneself. And he said how he has so many mirrors in his place, and he would literally like look at himself all the time and talk to himself and say, "You are beautiful, I love you," and all these positive things about himself. And he was very confident, and having a lot of high confidence and high self-esteem is amazing. It's the best thing because you can pick up anyone, you can talk to anyone. I have like the highest self-esteem and the most confident ever. But at the same time, we are still in this culture and we still have somewhat of a programming that's still part of us that we need to heal. So I'm not fully healed yet, but much better than I used to be in the past. I love myself. I don't want to harm any part of my body as much as possible. I mean, it's a different story if you have something on your body or something part of you that you need to surgically remove or to fix in order to, let's say, walk better, or like if it's for vanity reasons, then forget it. And if you're beautiful, if you love yourself, who you are, why put all that fake crap on your skin, like lotions and creams and makeup and fake eyelashes and fake lipsticks and fake nails and all these fake things that don't make you any more beautiful than you were. You're beautiful the way you are. Everyone, you're beautiful the way you are. You're beautiful the way you were born. We're all beautiful. And we have to realize that. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you listening. I hope you learned something from this. And I love everyone. Take care. I love you, love you, love you all. Give you a big kiss and hug. And don't forget to share this video if you found it useful. And subscribe to the YouTube channel and my newsletter. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye, everyone.